there. My name is Coach Rose Peterson. I'm a certified personal trainer, both in person and online, and a certified nutrition coach. I help moms locally in Las Vegas, Nevada, and all over the world shed the weight holding them back from becoming their most energetic and authentic version of themselves so they can go after their deepest desires alongside of motherhood. You can find me at fitandconfidentmoms.com. Hey everybody, Coach Rose here for another edition of our Tuesday Talks. If you're a mom out there who's had a pregnancy, have you ever felt feelings of disappointment and failure because your body didn't bounce back after pregnancy? Like maybe you've seen glamorized by social media influencers, celebrities, and perhaps magazines like I did. Yeah, me too. And I want to talk a little bit about that today and also about abdominal muscle separation. After each of my pregnancies, I hustled hard trying to bounce back. Even though I wasn't sleeping, I had pain in my low back and hips, and I struggled to even get alone time or even shower when I wanted to. If that resonates with you, I would love to hear it. Comment below, type live if you're watching the live, and type replay if you're watching the replay. So before I jump in, I just want to introduce myself. My name is Coach Rose Peterson. I am founder of RP Fitness and Nutrition, and I help ambitious moms 35 and over level up their fitness and confidence while building their dream life. And I have a new passion, which is to help educate women out there that there is hope to be able to heal and create your dream body even after having children. I am proof of that. I had 3 children in 5 years, and I feel like I am in the best shape of my life ever, truly. Before we jump in, I just want to make a quick adjustment to my screen. Thank you for being patient so I can see your guys' comments and see who's watching. Okay, I'm going to turn off this banner really quickly. All right. Okay, so if you're watching, would love for you to comment below. This helps me so much. Let other people see this live because the more comments we get on here, the more Facebook will share this, or wherever you're watching live from, even from YouTube as well. So I would love to know. Sharing your name in the comments and where are you watching? Because I'm streaming in like 4 different places. All right. So back to how I was feeling after I had my children. I just kind of had this feeling that no one really talked about the changes your body goes through. Like, yeah, a little bit. Your doctor kind of like checks on you, making sure you're healthy, the baby's healthy. But they don't really tell you a lot of information about what's safe and what's not safe while you're exercising, and also how your body is going to change after exercise. You just show up to that 6-week checkup and they're like, you're cleared to exercise, and that's it. But there may be other things that you're dealing with that you have no clue why, as to the why. And there are messages that we receive in our culture that, like, you know, pregnancy is this like beautiful and easy thing. And as soon as the baby's out, you should be able to just bounce back. Like, look at Heidi Klum. She was on the runway 3-4 weeks after having a baby with a flat tummy. Like, you should be able to do that, you know? And so here I was after each pregnancy, really trying to punish my way thin. And I asked myself, like, why was I even doing this? Like, why was I trying all these boot camps and running? And like, yeah, like I did want to gain a sense of like control back over my body, and I wanted to get healthier. But why did I have all this pressure on myself to get it done in this short timeline? And now working with hundreds of women, and I work with pregnant and postpartum women, and then looking back at my experience, I realize that there is not enough advocates and support out there to say to you like, hey, mama, your body just underwent a huge transformation. Things moved around, things changed, things shifted, and it's going to take some time for your body to heal while you're juggling motherhood, while you're taking care of a newborn, while you're running the house, while you're working full time. And that it's absolutely unrealistic to put this pressure on us, whether we did it ourselves or messages we've received from our current culture, that we need to just bounce back right away. Okay. So, the only guidance that I received was like, don't lift over 20 pounds. Right. And that's just unrealistic, especially when you have other children at home. Of course, you're going to be lifting over 20 pounds. So, one of my jobs that I love to do is help my postpartum clients get strong, get educated, and help them heal their body, or help them have exercise that supports their healing of their body, and help them reconnect with their body too, right? Because sometimes we just don't feel things. We don't feel maybe we lost connection with our abs. Maybe we lost connection with our pelvic floor. So there are ways and support, and you are not alone. And there's so much good knowledge that I have now that I would love to share with you guys all now. I'm gonna check my phone really quick to make sure someone didn't say that they can't hear me or something like that on my talk, because I've done that before where I've been talking and no one hears me. Okay, nope, we're good. Okay, so the truth is that the female body is absolutely amazing, right? We're able to create another human being. And with that, our bodies undergo lots of physical changes that take time to heal and adjust. So it's really unrealistic for us to bounce back and, allow yourself to accept that these people who glamorize the whole bounce back, they're not telling you the whole truth. They're only showing you a small part of their life, and they're not telling you the truth on how they got there, whether they had support at home, help, like a whole team and staff of chefs and personal trainers and physical therapists, or they're not even telling you how they're suffering or what physical symptoms they're experiencing. So I just want to kind of put that message out there that it is okay. It is okay if you go on your own timeline. There's nothing wrong with you, and that it is an unrealistic expectation to expect that we're going to bounce back, within 3 months of having our baby. That's just unrealistic. And in fact, it's going to take time to heal, and that's okay. When we're in the thick of it and we really want to return to our own identity and have control over things, I just want to encourage you to give yourself some patience, that it's going to be okay. Your body will heal on time, and that there is no timeline. There is no timeline that you have to follow to get back in shape. And everyone's timeline is going to be different. Okay. So that's my little rant on bounce back culture. Now I'm going to shift gears, and I want to talk about something that a lot of people have been asking me about, and we touched on my news piece yesterday, which is abdominal wall separation that happens during pregnancy, which is also known as diastasis recti. Sometimes I say this wrong. Diastasis recti, which is the normal occurrence of the abdominal muscle wall separation during pregnancy. So sometimes doctors inform you about this, sometimes they don't, because during pregnancy, it really is not a problem, okay, and not something to really hyper focus on. But then sometimes I hear a lot about it postpartum, and sometimes it's creates a lot of fear on the internet, which I'm here to deliver you some education and reassurance about what it really is. And also, knowledge is power, right? So that's what this talk is going to be about. So first, I just want to let you guys know that if you carry a pregnancy, studies show that women who carry a pregnancy past 35 weeks, 100% of those women are going to experience separation of the abdominal muscle. So basically separation of the 6-pack abs, okay? And I want to give credit where credit is due. I was recently certified in Brianna Battle's pregnant and postpartum athlete. Super proud of that. And she wrote an ebook on diastasis recti. So I want to quote a section from her book, and also a lot of the information is coming from her ebook. Okay. So because she just said it so beautifully, I'm going to read that to you. So diastasis recti is a naturally occurring component of pregnancy and postpartum. Your abdominal muscles have to expand during pregnancy to make room for your growing baby. The fascia of the linea alba, which is that line down the midline of your stomach, it's a line of connective tissue in the abdominal wall. Okay, it has to spread in order to make room for baby, and then the muscles separate from the center. Your abs don't tear apart. Okay, they don't split, they don't stop working, despite common misconceptions. Okay, so you shouldn't be terrified of a diastasis recti, but your concern is valid because it is a new physiological change to your anatomy. Okay, and it's hard to sort through all the information that's available. So I'm going to talk about some myths and give you some education around that. So I'm going to take a breather. If this is really helpful for you, or if you experience abdominal wall muscle separation, let me know in the comments. I would love to know what your experience was, and if you noticed how long it took in your healing, or if this is something you weren't really aware about. I would love to know. Just drop that in the comments and let's have a conversation. Okay. All right. So one common myth is that diastasis recti can only be healed through surgery. And that's just not true. Your diastasis may heal on its own or through rehab exercises. Now, I was not aware of this phenomenon. So my personal experience, and everyone's experience is going to be different. I was not really aware of this phenomenon until my second pregnancy. I had my doctor check postpartum, and I said, I heard about this thing called an abdominal wall separation. And she just checked me real quick. And she's like, yep, you've got one. And that was it. She didn't tell me anything at all of like, is there ways to rehab it, heal it? Nothing. So I just went on my merry way and not really knowing what that meant. Okay. So anyway, I recently, fast forward 10 years since my last pregnancy, I recently had my abdominal wall checked, and she told me that I am all good. So over years with time and exercise, mine did heal on its own. And for most people, your diastasis recti can heal on its own with time or through rehab exercises. Now, that doesn't mean that some women may not be a candidate for surgery, and there's nothing wrong with if someone decides to have that help. I just want to say that it's not the only way that it can be healed. Okay. Any questions about that? Let me know in the comments. Okay, so there are steps that you can take to first rehab your abdominal muscles, and then while you're returning back to exercise, there's different movements and breathing strategies that you could do to help support the healing of that separation. So diastasis is not the worst thing ever. Okay. And to quote Brianna, it's nothing to fear. It is simply something to be aware of so you can make informed training and lifestyle adjustments during a more vulnerable chapter, end quote. Then my second myth is that you shouldn't do workouts that will affect your diastasis. Again, there are movements that you can do and breathing strategies that can help support the healing and the separation. Okay. So I think I kind of blended all three of my myths together by accident. So my last myth is diastasis is not the worst thing ever. Some people, because of the sensationalism of the on social media, of the diastasis recti, I know some people are coming from a good place and they're trying to spread education, but some people are also causing fear around it. And I just want to reassure you that it is nothing to fear. And it's just something simply to be aware of, just to quote Brianna. And if you are interested in learning more about this, I'm actually hosting a workshop this weekend here in Las Vegas. It's going to be this Saturday, October 1st at 12 p.m. The location is going to be at Distant Fitness. So Google Distant Fitness. It is a private training studio, and I've limited this to 6 women only. So as soon as it fills up, we are closing registration. So if you are interested, please go visit coachrose.fit for more information. And the cost is only $25 for this 1-hour workshop. So if you would like to learn more, if you have given birth anytime in the last 24 months, this is going to be super informative for you, because we're also going to go over pelvic floor health, returning to fitness safely, and also you're going to learn strategies to support any symptoms that you might be experiencing and to support anything that you are trying to heal. All right. So you can exercise safely, and I will talk about that in the workshop. All right, you guys. So if you can't go to this workshop and you're interested in working more with me virtually, send me a message. I would love to talk to you more about this and see if I can possibly help. So until next time, this is Coach Rose rooting for you to try something new in 2022. See you later. Bye-bye.